welcome to Budweiser's Kings of Football show, coming to you live and direct. I am Jimmy the Entertainer, but you can simply call me Jimmy Akinshola. I am with, of course, what I would like to call the Three Musketeers if you take me out of it, you know what I mean? Starting off, of course, with my friend, my brother, and my fellow Arsenal fan, the one and only Ozomena.
Wagwan Maji. No, it's good. It's good to be on the show today. So, you know, like most times since we started the show on YouTube, people have been giving me so much flack for taking a dig at Chelsea. But today, that's why I have so much blue on. Because after seeing that performance against Arsenal, I feel bad for Chelsea
You're
fans.
feeling blue for that?
Nah, I swear down. I really am, because they're horrible. They're a horrible side to watch.
Well, let's take Ozo's word for it that Chelsea is horrible, even though we all have our eyes to tell us the truth. Also, someone that has his eyes on the truth that, of course, his team might not be making it to the Champions League. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only king of the show, BK. Viola Kasim, how you doing, Viola?
Jimmy, good to be here. We're going to the Champions League. Straight up, man. That thing you're applying in your head is not going to happen. Only one elephant is falling.
I have one sound for you. Oh. The Europa League. That's the sound I have.
No, it's not going to happen. We're going straight to the Champions League.
Also, I love it. I love it that you're sitting right next to me today. But sitting opposite me, and I'm not too happy about it, even though he's my big brother in all conversations of the
How
word.
cheesy can you be?
How patronizing.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is a family friend, is a favorite of the house. He's unfortunately a Manchester United fan, and he's bearing all his bad colors today in devil red, the one and only Ebuka Obi Uchendu.
He's already taking really deep breaths. One United fan is here, and you guys are not comfortable. Now there's two, and you can't even take it.
I can't take
All right,
two.
coming for you guys.
It's all good. I mean, champions in waiting for how many more years? I don't know, but yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Manchester United.
No, we're talking about Arsenal.
Sorry,
I thought you guys were going to win the league.
Sorry.
Wait, Jimmy,
my
also,
bad.
what does it feel like to win again? It's been a minute, yeah?
Wow.
No, that was a no blow.
No, but seriously,
let's actually
how does it
talk-
really? No, let's be honest, because you guys had a terrible run.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We can take out the City. We can
Like
take
there
out the
was a day I
City
called
part.
Jimmy and I said, Jimmy, spell win. And he couldn't spell it.
Because seriously, you can take out the City. I mean, you guys, the run was terrible. It was
No.
disastrous.
But listen here. To me, I thought it was going to be impossible if we were real title contenders, even if we didn't win it, that we actually were contending for the title. We could not go 5 games without winning, and that would have been just criminal, because that would have meant the league would be won.
You know, I only
way
hear this.
earlier.
I only hear this now from Arsenal fans.
Oh, yeah, that's
I wasn't hearing this in November. I wasn't
Absolutely
hearing this in
not.
February.
Yeah, but understand
Everybody's
this.
shoulder has come down.
I'm sure there are teams in the Premier League that have had worse runs this season than Arsenal has had. in
Oh,
those
clearly.
five
I mean,
games.
Arsenal, in the grand scheme of things, you guys haven't done well. But
Thank you
we didn't
so
want
much.
you to win the title. We told you you're not going to win the
What
title.
you want
and now
doesn't
you're not gonna
factor
win the
into
title.
reality.
No, but the reality is that you guys.
What you want,
So now you're bringing.
as a
telling
Manchester
you,
United
right?
fan, what you want
you were talking.
cannot be factored into the reality that you might not make it into Europe. But I don't even want to go deep into all this United Arsenal thing, because it's not a Man U Arsenal show. You understand what I'm saying?
Arsenal are not winning
We
the
have
league,
people.
so
We have
the show
people on
can be whatever
Twitter
the show wants
space
to be.
that really want to hear our analytic analysis
You know,
of
let me give
issues
you. Speaking of analysis and statistics, let me give you something to chew on and swallow. You know, if you don't win the league this year, let me start with that sentence so that
What are you trying to say?
if you don't win it this year, I think you might go another 5-6 years without the title.
If not more.
Hold on a second. Where is that coming from?
It's coming from the fact that you had your best chance this year.
It was in your hands.
And guess what? Every team is going to load up. What happened now is an eye-opener for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Nobody thought you were going to make it this far because, like I said, you guys were sort of the underdogs for the title. So nobody really paid attention to what
I'll
was
just have
happening
it
at the
on
Arsenal.
record that in response to what you said,
Yes.
I disagreed. And I'm saying to you that it's not impossible to think that Arsenal can next season actually.
It's not
go-
impossible to think
What
that
I'm-
Chelsea
right,
will
and
not be
I'm about to
relegated.
land-
It's not impossible
All
to
these
think that
hater
Everton
FC
is not going
opposite me
to.
will not let
It's not impossible to think
Leicester won the
anything.
league, like,
but
nothing is impossible
No,
in the league. where
Leicester is almost
won.
relegated. They won the league. It's not
Okay,
impossible to think many
it's
things.
Fine, it's fine.
I didn't
but
expect you to agree with me.
I'm just giving you my opinion as a counter to your opinion, which states
I
that
just
Arsenal
before
will not win in the next 5 years. And I'm saying to you, Arsenal will win it next season, if not this season. And I haven't given up yet.
Jimmy.
Take that to the bank.
Really?
What
Which
I
bank?
think-
Which bank?
So we don't even get paid or not.
Your bank app will not work. Don't worry. Now, let me give you something that you can actually take from the bank, is the fact that Congratulations to Erling Haaland for scoring 35 goals in the Premier League, a record.
Yeah.
But I say to you, that record only says one thing. With Haaland, Man City winning the title is not that big a deal. Take away his goals, take away his presence in the games. I think the distance between them and Arsenal will be different. So I think in celebrating their title, let's water it down a bit, because with Haaland there, it's not that big a deal.
Like I said to people, like Man City is like, we're supposed to be celebrating that Ferrari is fast. Like, what other option is there? So yeah, they're doing well, they're winning, they're playing well, but with the resources that they have, this is what you expect them to do. So
Ferrari is fast. You put a Schumacher behind it, it's done.
you put Jimmy behind, it's still going to be fast.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
We're going through a lot in Ferrari.
I don't know about that.
Without the Jimmy.
I can drive to
You know
save
what
my
I
life.
remember? Anytime I see Haaland score and all of this, I remember Guardiola's interview when he lost Aguero, where he was crying. I was saying, "Oh, we can't replace him.
we can never replace him."
He got a cyborg.
But Ebuka, what do you think? Haaland winning it
I
for
see your
being
point,
a
but
City?
I also think it's hard to just put it all on Haaland. With a City that has proven themselves every season
without Haaland.
without Haaland.
Go down history. Once a team has a clinical striker and they are able to convert a lot of their chances,
But,
it's
I
just
mean-
extremely difficult
but
for
again,
you to coach against it.
No, but
If
again,
you
but
put Haaland in Arsenal's team against Chelsea on when did we play Chelsea? On,
He's scoring
on
a hat-trick.
Tuesday. On Wednesday.
Even
In
with
that-
United against Brighton.
Bro, come on. We would have
have
do
linked
something. What are you talking about? So in games where Arsenal
He
failed to
confers-
perform,
he confers
put a
in
Haaland there,
a lot
things
of
would be
advantage.
different.
No,
What are we talking about?
Huge advantage.
but one thing we're talking about now was talking about resources, because City have the resources. One team we know that they have the resources, but things haven't gone well. Chelsea. At this point in time, I think Lampard has nothing. I don't think there's any other championship team that's going to want to touch him.
You'll be really surprised. It's Frank Lampard. He's got a
So
huge
wait, what are you
reputation.
saying? That Lampard's
No,
hiring is the worst?
I think
Sam
it was-
Allardyce just got a
it was-
job.
It was a horrible decision.
No, but if you look
Big
at
Sam,
it-
but the thing is, but let's look at it.
Big
Like,
Sam at Chelsea, would that have been a
Big
different...
Sam,
I'm just saying,
As
no,
against Chelsea.
what I'm
As
saying
against
is-
Lampard, that Lampard... what you're saying
Big
is Lampard
Sam,
is the worst?
No, what I'm saying, Big Sam has a reputation of keeping teams in the league. What reputation does Lampard have as a coach?
When I saw that appointment, I thought it was a case of, okay, he could come in, maybe Chelsea could
Affect
win
them
a
a
few
little bit.
wins, and it could lead on to whatever else in his career. I didn't think he was going to have any effect, but I didn't think it was going to be this disastrous because he literally has done, he hasn't
Nothing.
won a point.
He's on to 007. Lampard's career as an international, he's a Premier League legend, won trophies at Chelsea, means that there will be one or two chairmen who just think that he can offer him a chance at redemption. And who knows, he might be able to redeem himself. But I just think it's probably a job or two away from complete condemnation as a manager. I think Lampard will still get a job.
Who do you think is your manager of the season?
My manager of this season, I think, will be De Zerbi.
You think he deserves it?
That's what we were trying to do there.
Leave this place.
I'm telling you.
Leave this place.
You think he
think he
deserves
deserves
to be manager?
You really are a dad. Your dad jokes.
Completely. So here's the thing. People forget that he didn't take over this job in the summer. He actually took it over mid-season.
During the season.
And typically when you take a team over, you have all the
As a result of Harry Potter.
ready excuses. Oh, I didn't have a preseason. Oh, I didn't buy the players and all of those excuses. And so he didn't have to do as well as this, but they've been phenomenal since he took them over. It's not just the results, it's the eye test. You look at Brighton, and quite honestly,
play
you don't
beautiful
think
football.
nobody else plays better football than Manchester City. Even Manchester City don't build up like Brighton.
What do we want to say about Unai Emery, Mikel Arteta, and also what's your thoughts on the other managers that have performed well?
If I'm being
Eddie Howe
fair,
and the rest,
if I'm being fair, I think De Zerbi is deserving.
above others,
But Eddie Howe comes very close for me as well.
resources. Do you think that helped him?
Clearly.
I would give Arteta some credit,
Oh, yeah.
but I think I've also seen a lot of situations where, I mean, he threw some games that confused me, so it just makes me wonder,
Decision making.
yeah, decision making, is it 100%? He might not have had the resources.
But if he wins the league,
Arsenal
would you
has
give it
great
to him?
players.
No, if he wins the league, would you
if
give it to
Arteta
him?
wins the league,
That
then
if
yes.
is very heavy. So
Yeah.
No, I'm just
But if he does,
Probably.
Jimmy's clearly not
mathematically it's
giving up.
possible.
probably
Jimmy's
because
clearly not giving
because I feel like anybody who wins the league with a City in the league, that manager
You've done
deserves
exceptionally
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
because City is a behemoth.
All right, so we want to open up the
Yeah.
Twitter space. We already know that Erling Haaland, if City go ahead and win the league, Even if they don't.
Even if they
Yeah,
don't.
he's
Even if
his
they don't,
player now.
it's
He's
his
player of
best
the
right
season.
at the moment.
Player of the season.
I got someone that wants to comment. Nigerian Scout, so you're always a commenter on our space. So just hold on a second. Let me get someone else in the
want to collect
space.
this fourth position.
Deal wisely, talk to me. What's your name and what team do you support?
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Mape.
What team do you support? Sorry.
Arsenal. Of
Now what?
course.
Okay.
I've been a diehard fan for over 2 decades, basically.
Okay.
For manager of the year, I'll give it to Arteta. And these are my reasons. Or let me say this is my
Like
reason.
a true Arsenal fan.
The EPL spans 10 months. Yeah.
Mhm.
And if we are to divide the whole span of the EPL duration by
Speak, my
say-
brother.
by say three portions, say 3 months each.
Yes. Keep
Arteta
going.
has won manager of the month for each of these, will I say quarter now or so?
Come on.
Let's say 1
Keep
year.
going.
I
Keep
can't
going.
deal with Arsenal fans.
Arteta has won manager of the month for each of these segments of,
Yes.
of the season.
Segments.
His
Yes.
only down time was in the month of April, which was very devastating for us.
So without him winning the league, you will still give him.
I will still give him because, of course, nobody else can win the league except Man City, and of course we can't give Pep.
I give you an opportunity to ask a question or take a shot at our guest today, Ebika, Man U fan. Go ahead.
I like Ebuka so.
Thank you. Let it end here.
But
There's no but. Thank you and God bless you.
But
yes.
I think Man United have the most set of delusional fans. I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry to say.
Like,
you guys are not,
like you might have to name names now.
Exactly.
Or take out names.
I mean, you guys are not really there yet. You've lost top 10 in the league. You've not won any of them away.
Talking
I
about
don't
Manchester
think
United
it's-
is like looking into your past because there are all stories about history, what they've done.
we
in
are
the
we are
past.
we are champions, you know.
Yeah, so
Like,
yeah.
just
That's why the delusional talk made me laugh. Because I'm like,
Exactly.
at least we'll have something called a
Do
trophy.
you understand?
It's okay.
As we
it's
speak.
Okay.
You
It's okay.
understand?
It's okay. It's okay.
You guys got knocked out of all competitions because we wanted to win. this
Delusion
one.
is when you win the league in November. I just wanted to say.
Looking into the week ahead of us, we're not just looking at this weekend's fixtures. We're looking at the fixtures that will be taking place during the week before we come back on the show, and some big fixtures are on the offing. We do have Manchester City taking on Leeds. We also will be looking at Liverpool taking on Brentford. West Ham will be taking on Manchester United. So those will change to as they
God,
already
I
have.
beg.
And of course, the biggest game that we're looking at is, of course, the game between Newcastle United and Arsenal, third versus second. Does Leeds United have a chance? Also, Man City against Leeds.
I think that should be the shortest segment.
Yeah, let's just
no,
breeze through
no,
real quick.
no.
No. The funny thing, last weekend, my prediction was that
Fulham
Fulham
would
would
beat-
beat 2-1, but it was the reverse. So
I was
mean,
hoping.
I like
At
to.
1-1, I'm like, can it?
I
be?
know.
I have no fear of getting it wrong.
No.
This week.
I'd have liked to think I'm Nostradamus, but I don't know. I was seeing this the other way around, so it didn't work out. But no, this one is, they have a new manager, and when new managers come in, you're waiting for like the new manager bounce.
Big Sam.
Big Sam said he's on
I
he's
lo-
on
I
par
love-
with
I love what
Arteta,
he's been saying,
with
bro.
Pep Guardiola, with Jurgen Klopp, and they asked Pep, and Pep he loves to play mind games. Pep was like, he's right, and that Pep is small at times, and he knows he's great. I think City would beat them 5-0.
I mean, comfortable Manchester City win. I don't think that Big Sam will have had enough time to organize Leeds to. an
But is
extent.
Leeds that bad though? Let's even talk about
They've been
that.
shipping 4 and 5 in every
They
game.
can't defend.
It's one thing to be an okay team in the Premiership, but it's another thing to concede so many goals over and over again. It's probably the difference between Brighton and a lot of teams. Brighton might not be a top 4 team, but they are where they are because they just don't concede. Leeds is porous,
Extremely.
and you can't be porous with Man City. I mean, Arsenal is not porous. See what happened. So, just wanted to.
All right, thank you. Moving on to another game that might be of interest.
Has clarity been achieved?
Guys, let's talk about Liverpool. Seemingly, Liverpool seem to be in good form.
Yep.
They're one of the most informed teams in the Premier League at the moment. Is Brentford the kind of team that can actually pose problems for Liverpool?
6 weeks ago, maybe. But I think these Liverpool have, they have the beat
They've
between
turned
their
the
team
corner.
now. Yeah, confidence is flooding back. More importantly, a couple of really key players have come back from injury, so they have more options going forward. Luis Diaz is back. Jota is scoring a lot of goals. So the goals are being spread. You know,
How do you see Ivan Toney as a striker?
I don't know.
That's an even more.
It's Osimhen we're looking for. Wait. Don't distract our focus. I don't mind him at United. I mean, he's had a great season with Brentford. And I think he's going to score today.
Okay.
I think he will. I think looking at the game generally, I mean, Liverpool is going to have a great game, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, confidence is back. And I think more than anything else, they can taste that top four now.
For sure.
And that does a lot to any team.
Hope sets Andrew. You have your hand up. Do you have a comment on Liverpool Brentford?
Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon. We hear you loud and clear. What team do you support, sir?
I'm in Manchester United.
Hey, God bless.
finally.
We have been so lonely. You're welcome.
This is going to be tough.
I'm a very big
I'm
fan.
a bigger fan of
You
you.
wait,
Thank
wait,
you.
you wait your time, please.
Also, me, I'm also a very big fan of you, but I don't just like the fact
Okay,
that
wait.
you're
So is it I that you are not a fan of now?
Perhaps.
So are you?
I don't like you one bit.
Because you're always dragging his team.
You don't like Jimmy, the king?
One beat. You're always looking for how to just paint man you black every time.
So talk to me about Liverpool
that
Brentford.
one is understandable. Me as a Man United fan, when we lost both Butcher and Varane in the first leg of that game, I just my season ended when I lost my best centre half. So it's understandable. It's what you are even suffering. Your own, you lost just one good defender. It's just Saliba alone.
We have not rested since.
But yet nothing come out. We that were managing with Lindelof and makeshift centre back
And small Maguire sometimes.
we don't even try enter FA Cup final. So
We don't wink and link
what
up.
are we not saying? So what are we
It's
not
okay,
saying?
it's okay. Stop that breakdown. Yeah.
Let me
Liverpool Brentford. Now we ask you. Don't shame about me.
let me first of all, Liverpool will win that game because of that Anfield factor. We saw what happened in that game against Tottenham. Then in that top four something, Man U has 5 games. Liverpool has 4. We need just 3 wins out of that 5 games to make
Top
to
four.
make
Top
top
four.
4. And then
Top four. The
let me also
Arsenal is already
remind
secure,
you-
Abi.
No shaking. That is your trophy. Your best performance.
Oh, I owe you plenty Budweiser. Cold ones.
Yeah. Liverpool Brentford. Oh, Jare. Oshe.
It's going to be. It's good. I wish it's going to be a draw. I just wish. I just wish Anthony and Mbeumo does something for us, and the game just ends 2-2.
And I wish you all the best in your future endeavor as a Man U fan. Anything that it's the devil in you that is causing it. Thank you. See, a lot of people taking shots at me, and I don't mind because I'm built to take it.
I hope so it fits you.
I'm here because I'm here to protect us all as well. Now, Nigerian Scouser. Now, let me tell you something. I am not the reason why you don't know how to use Twitter. I'm also not the reason why you don't know how to unmute yourself and speak to the world. Nigerian Scouser has gone on to Twitter and said this: let's start limiting Arsenal fan quota on the show. They are beginning to gang up on us. He was now responded to by someone else that's similar to him. I will not call your name because I don't want to give you publicity. Exactly. They have turned the space to Emirates Stadium. Now, Nigerian Scouser now finished the comments by saying, I don't even know that we have so many Arsenal fans here. They are increasing every space. Yes. Yes, we are increasing in numbers. What is wrong with you?
Like sand everywhere.
We are going to talk about some other games. So what other game is available for us to talk about?
West Ham United game.
Ah,
I think that
you spend so much time talking about United. Let's just get your opinion.
Let's just get Bill. How do you see this game going?
I'm worried about the game. United typically haven't traveled well this season. I don't think we've won any game in away at any of the top 9 sides.
Right.
So obviously our Achilles heels this season has been, the travels, particularly London. We don't travel too well, and I just think that is a tired team.
I think Man United is going to win.
What makes you think that?
I think there's something that's that's also going to happen. I mean, we've talked a lot about the other teams sniffing at things and knowing that this is crunch time.
Yeah.
United is very tired. That's one thing. But at the same time, Liverpool is probably going to win today. And that is going to do a lot
For the
for
psyche
them
of the
tomorrow.
players, yeah.
Because it's one thing to have a good, say, okay, yeah, we won the Carling Cup. We might win the FA Cup by some jazz. I don't know. But the Champions League is still where it's at, right? And that was Ten Hag's goal for this season.
Get back in
You can't sleep up
now.
2 games in a row.
Our next fixture is featuring two teams that most likely will not be in the Europa League next season, might be in the top tier of European football when the season is set. And that's the game between Newcastle and Arsenal. So also, your fandom aside, your heart in one corner.
No Arsenal fan thinks with their head.
Put your brain.
No one does.
This is a
Let's-
fact. Every
let's
Arsenal
your
fan
brain-
I know
Let's-
no
is
one does.
emotional. More
Very.
emotional than
Let your
analytical
brain come
with
to the
Arsenal.
fore.
We know what St. James Park represents. We've seen performances Newcastle have put up playing at home this season. You told me not to use my. Well, you told me not to use my.
Don't use your heart.
Don't use my heart.
Don't just
But
use your head.
Unfortunately, like Ebuka said, as an Arsenal fan, you just can't do that. You want to use your heart at all times. I'll say Arsenal to just nick it 2-1 if I had to give my prediction now. So I'll just say Arsenal to win that game.
2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that leads us into our predictions. We will start with the Arsenal game. For
Was the
all
West
you
Ham
fans
draw.
of Ibuka, listen to his predictions.
Not be me, do you?
Let's get your prediction. Newcastle taking on Arsenal.
I think Newcastle wins it 3-2.
Newcastle wins 3-2.
Yeah.
I didn't expect anything else from you. West Ham, Manchester United. What's your prediction? Be so sure as you were sure of Arsenal.
West Ham, Man United. I think Man United wins it 1-0.
And we are the ones that are
A very
biased.
boring game, though.
Let's look at Liverpool versus Brentford.
1-1.
And Man City leads for obvious reasons.
4-0.
4-0. Wow, I was hoping you'd go the other way. 4-0 to who, just to be sure.
4-0 to Man City.
Biola Kazim, BK, king of... I'll have you know, guys, this guy gets his predictions correctly. Talking about Man City taking on Leeds, what's your prediction?
Comfortable Man City win 5-0.
5, he went higher. Liverpool, Brentford.
Liverpool 3-1.
Man U, West Ham.
1-1.
1-1.
Painful to say, but United just look tired.
Very.
Rashford is not really scoring goals. It's just difficult to see where a lot of goals will come from.
And even your goal scoring midfielder, Bruno Fernandes, is not...
He scores in bursts, right?
Yeah.
So he scores a lot and then stops
Did he
scoring.
score in the
Takes
last
like
game?
a month's
No.
break.
No.
No,
So he's not in the boss.
This
yet.
actually has been his worst season since he
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
United.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wow.
Worst season, good.
Keep it up.
Yeah, man. Bruno for life. Then Newcastle, I walked right into this one. Just
Newcastle-
after I took a shot.
Newcastle Arsenal.
Newcastle, Arsenal.
I think 3-1 Newcastle.
3-1.
That win against Chelsea is not the redemption. Everybody beats Chelsea. Southampton beat them.
All right. Also, in as much as I like hearing these United fans speak,
Newcastle also, I think I said 2-1.
Arsenal?
Yeah, 2-1. Yeah, that's 2-1 Arsenal to take it.
also, what's your West Ham Manchester United prediction?
West Ham to be United 2-0.
Very good. Liverpool versus Brentford.
Liverpool to win 3-1.
And Man City versus Leeds.
You already said 5.
Man City leads 5.
5.
No, it's 5. I can't be naive this time the way I was last week.
It's my turn to make my own predictions, starting with Man City versus Leeds United. I do believe it will be a 3-1 victory for Manchester City because,
They're going to get a goal?
I'm like,
City
From where?
City have shown that
Actually,
in
they
defense,
would give you
they
chances.
can
Yeah.
give
Leeds?
you,
Oh,
because
yeah,
they will
City
make
will.
substitutions. The second half, they kind of drop off a bit. So because they're not that much
fair
of an
point. They
attacking
dropped off
threat.
against Fulham, dropped
Yeah.
off against Leicester.
Exactly. For Liverpool against Brentford, I think Liverpool will take this one by 2-1. Ivan Toney will score 1. Salah will score 1 as well. Gakpo will also hit the net. Because all those people are in my fantasy league. West Ham taking on Manchester United. West Ham is going to give it a good goal. Manchester United will also show that they are worthy opponents, but it will be a 2-2 draw. Highly entertaining game. And of course, Newcastle against Arsenal. I think it'll be a high-scoring game. I've been predicting this high-scoring game.
4-3. Timmy has been on the 4-3
Yeah,
prediction for the
actually,
past 2
because
weeks.
if Chelsea showed up, then the 3 goals that I expected them to score might have come to fruition. I think this is going to be 3-2 in favor of Arsenal.
So you're switching my prediction.
Yeah, because I don't like staying where you are. I went red, I went black.
We'll see whose 3-2 comes through.
I do hope your predictions don't come true.
Which one of them?
So that I can go up on the
Certainly can't be all of them.
Hello.
You can't pick and choose.
But I do hope, Mr. Ebuka Obi Uchendu, I wish you success in your future endeavors. We do thank you for taking up the offer to be on our show today. You have been very responsive whenever the Kings of Football has actually called you on. I remember you being one of our first ever guests on the Kings of Football show when we were on Super Sport back in the day. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
So what do
Any
I
last
get?
words?
What do I get for all of
You
this?
get to be in the top 4 while you're on the show.